Hello everybody, this is Javi the Gamer here with my third season of my Leeds United career mode. Before I get into the highlights, I just wanted to run through where we finished in the league, how we did in the cups, and all that jazz. You know how it is. In the league, we had a very disappointing season, to be honest. I'm just going to be blunt about it. We finished 10th, simply not good enough. 15 wins, 8 draws, 15 losses, totals 53 points, letting us finish in 10th. Considering that we finished in 4th last season, this is not where we wanted to be. Obviously, we want to be challenging for a European spot every season, and in 10th, we're not getting a European spot, which is not the goal. However, one of the few shining moments in the season was that we did go very far into the FA Cup, and as you can see there, we beat Liverpool 2-4 in the FA Cup. We had I want to say easy way to the final, but I mean Burnley, obviously we should be winning against Burnley. Round 4. Tranmere. If we lost to Tranmere, I would have been very, very upset. But West Brom really should be beating them too. So Wolves starting to get a little challenging here, but we came out on top, 2-1 win. Southampton 2-1 win. A decent little challenge, but really we should be winning. And obviously Liverpool is one of the top 6. It's gonna be good. It was a good game, very goal fest. But I tried to record the match live, but when I went back to look at the footage again, it came out all choppy and laggy. And by the time I looked back at it, I had already progressed too far into the season to go back and replay the game. So unfortunately, I don't have the highlights of the FA Cup or the as you'll see in the standings here. We also made it into the Europa League Cup final, and like I said before, the footage came out choppy and all weird, so I don't know what I did wrong, but I'll have to go back and try to fix that for next season in case we make it to another final. So, fortunately, I don't have those two live matches recorded, but I'll try to get things up and going for next season. In the Carabao Cup, we made it all the way to the quarterfinals, where we lost to Chelsea, and as you saw before, Chelsea were the winners. So I mean, that gives me a little bit of I guess, I don't know, sympathy or whatever for saying that we lost to the champions, but we should have went further, to be honest. But this was just a preseason. We lost in the final. I rotated the squads. I was just doing this just for the money. But Super Cup here and the Champions League group stage, we had Juventus, we had OL as well, and FC Copenhagen. So I try to play the games, but unfortunately, I'm sure as many of you know, there's a bug now that EA removed the Russian teams. I couldn't play them, so I had to go into the calendar and sim them. And after simming all the games, we finished with 10 points, and we did not make it into the round of 16, unfortunately. But you gotta work with what you got, and that's what had to happen, unfortunately. But we made it to the preliminary round of the Europa League, thanks to dropping down from the Champions League. First match was against PSV. We won. We go through on aggregate 5-0. Round of 16 versus Real Sociedad. We go through on aggregate 3-2. Quarterfinals, FC Porto. It was a goal fest. We go through on aggregate 7-5. Semifinals, we faced off against Strasbourg, and we go to the final on aggregate 4-2. Against Frankfurt in the final, we unfortunately lose 2-0. They were just a better team on the day. That's all I can say about that. We missed a lot of chances that we should have put away, but Frankfurt scored both of their chances, and they take home the trophy. Moving into the starting 11, This was the average starting 11. Patrick Bamford, he hurt himself for a good majority of the season, but Kylie Mwendo and Gelhardt, they stepped up. They did all right. But another big concern that happened was that Melier injured himself for most of the season. So I had to bring back Clausen from his loan spell, stick him into the starting 11, and that's really why we finished in 10th, because you can't really be aiming for 4th place if you got a 74 rated keeper. But I didn't really want to bring in a new keeper because Melier was going to be back for next season, so I figured just stick with Clausen, get as high as we can, and Clausen came up big in the FA Cup final versus Liverpool, so not too mad with him that. But another issue that I noticed about the season, we just did not have good squad depth. I mean, we had a very good starting 11, but beyond that, we didn't really have a good starting 11. Like, as you see there, third and fourth choice strikers. Rodrigo's not even technically a striker. He plays mostly in center attacking midfield, but he can play striker, which is why he's getting suggested. But still, you can't be having a 73 overall striker and a 62 overall striker and expect to finish high in the league. So that's something I overlooked. I didn't really think that it was that big of an issue. Obviously, it was, and I know that for this offseason, I'm definitely going to be looking at bringing in some more players and things like that. So with that being said, we can go into the top scorers. Werner, 25. We didn't have anybody in the kind of one that barely made it into the top 20 with 12 assists. We had Rodrigo with 5. Melier with 13. He played he played most of he only missed 10 matches. I think it was, he missed 10 matches. So 13 clean sheets is not that bad out of 28 matches. So, but still, those 10 matches, that really broke our season, to be honest with you. As Clausen, I didn't want to bring in, like I said before, I didn't want to bring in a new goalkeeper just for 10 matches, so I figured just stick with Clausen and hope for the best. But yeah, we can go into the stats for this team. Top appearances goes to Stuart Dallas. He played in, I think it was all of the games, not gonna lie. Almost. He played 32 games in the Premier League, which means he only sat out for 6 of them. Top goal scorer goes to share between Rodrigo and Calimundo, 17 each. Sinister Aronson coming in with 11 each. Assists, Jack Harrison with 9, Brendan Aronson with 8. Clean sheets goes to Rodrigo, 21. Melier had 19. If Melier hadn't gotten injured, he would have taken the top clean sheets. So, but I think realistically, if a Big 6 team comes in for Melier, I think he would want to move there. So I'll keep that in mind. I am scouting for goalkeepers at first team quality, just in case that offer comes in for Melier that I should sell him, and then obviously you want to bring in his replacement. So, okay, moving into the highlights of the regular season, we have this first game against Aston Villa. Aston Villa would strike first. Emilio Buendia would strike his shot and score, opening the scoring, but we would get a goal back thanks to Rodrigo playing through Patrick Bamford. Takes a nice touch there on the volley, hits the inside of the post, but goes in, and we salvage a draw. Next game, Crystal Palace, Dan James, good ball in. Rebound is lucky enough to find Patrick Bamford there, and we take the lead, but Crystal Palace would get a goal back. Just sloppy defending from us there, and Crystal Palace get a goal back. Thias Klitsch, though, gets things going. Cali Muendo plays it over to Stuart Dallas. Dallas turns his defender, gets by, he shoots, he scores, he restores the lead. We will get another thanks to Rasmus Christensen. Good ball in. Finds Joe Gelhardt on the volley. Keeper cannot keep it out, and we take all 3 points over at Crystal Palace. Next game, we have Manchester United. Rodrigo's shot is too powerful for De Gea to stop. It hits the post. It goes in, luckily, and we open the scoring. Stuart Dallas plays in Luis Sinisterra on his right foot. What a wonderful shot. And we take the win over Manchester United. Next game, we have Brighton. Brighton would strike first. Their shot too powerful for Melier to stop. But we will get a goal thanks to Luis Sinisterra playing it over. Bamford plays in Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson slots the ball home, and he salvages a draw for us. Next game, West Ham United. They will strike first. Just no keepers ever stopping that. Just too powerful. We will get a goal back thanks to Jamie Shackleton playing it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo finds Bamford. Bamford is always scoring from there, and he gets the equalizing goal. West Ham, good play from them. They just crosses it over, and it's just sloppy defending from us. They capitalize, obviously, and they take the lead, but 89th minute, Brendan Aronson's cross finds Patrick Bamford on the volley. He secures he secures 1 point for us. Next game, Leicester City. They win a penalty. Canales is always slotting that home. Never in any doubt. Jack Harrison, though, gets things going on the right-hand side. His cross in finds... it was aiming for Luis Sinisterra, but it's a horrible own goal. We will strike again. Patrick Bamford playing it over to Lewis Bate. Lewis Bate, all he has to do is slot it home. He does that, and we take home all 3 points. Next game, Brentford. They strike first. Just good passing play with that. The shot's too powerful for Melier to stop, and nothing we can do about that. Brentford earned themselves a penalty as well, but crossbar is in favor for us. He hits it off the crossbar, and the penalty does not go in. Wouldn't matter, though. They would get a goal back in the 86th minute anyways, just passing it around, and I think that's his second goal. So we lose, unfortunately, but next game, Brendan Aronson gets things going. Great ball in. Brendan Aronson finishes that wonderfully, and we take the lead over Newcastle, though. Newcastle, just nice play between them, and he just outjumps everybody. It should not be happening, but it happens. Next game, Manchester United. Initial shot from Kalimuendo is blocked, but Rodrigo is there to scoop up the rebound, and we strike first. Manchester City, of course, are always going to get back to the game. De Bruyne is through on goal. No keepers stopping that. Just too powerful. He's just too good. Manchester City gets another goal, though. Good play. Bellotti plays it over to Jesus. Jesus is always finishing that. And just to make things worse, Manchester City would get another goal. They scored 3 unanswered goals from us, and they secured 3 points. West Brom. This is my first free kick that I ever scored in this save so far, I believe, or this season. All that. Rodrigo, fantastic free kick there. The keeper tries to stop it, can't stop it, but fantastic off-the-line clearance there. Keeps the clean sheet and the win over West Brom. Blackburn Rovers up next. Rodrigo shot, beats the keeper, wonderful finish. We open the scoring 1-0. From this corner kick here, Brendan Aronson takes the ball on his right foot. Just a wonderful shot. As soon as you saw it leave his foot, it was going in. We also played West Brom again, and Lewis Bate, great shot, great finish from the center midfielder there, and we open up the scoring. Kalimuendo gets played through. He beats the defense on his right foot, finesse shot, fantastic finish. We extend our lead. This last goal from Leeds here. Rodrigo plays in Lewis Bate. Lewis Bate secures his brace, and we take the win over West Brom. Next game against Everton, Kalimuendo gets the ball. Nice shot, nice finish. Nothing the keeper's going to do about that. Everton will get a goal back, though. Arthur playing in Thuram there. Thuram just plays it over to Decore, and Decore slots the ball home. Nice finish there for Everton. But we get a goal back. Kalimundo gets past the defender. His shot is too powerful to stop. He secures the brace. But Everton, once again, they just keep coming forward, and they just out-jump us once again. That's something we need to work on. It cannot be happening, but it keeps happening, and Everton would eventually go on to get the win. Marcus Thuram, 2 goals for him on the day, I believe. They get the win. Just poor defending from there. Manchester City, they cross it into the box. Nobody marks them up at the back post. That was the only goal, and we lose. Up next, our rivals, Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes opening the scoring against us. That's good passing play from them there. However, Kalimuendo would get things going. Fantastic ball in from him to find Rodrigo, who just taps it past De Gea, and we get back level. Kalimuendo once again doing things. Rodrigo plays in him this time, and Kalimuendo gets a goal, and we take the lead over Manchester United. Our youth academy player, Ciaron Roy, finds Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison to Stuart Dallas. What a shot from Stuart Dallas. And we take the win over Manchester United. Next game, Chelsea. Just good passing play from them, and what a shot. Nobody's stopping that. Unstoppable shot, but Wilfred Noto plays in Tyler Roberts. He should have finished that, but he didn't, and that's why you will not see him featured for the rest of the season. Brighton earned themselves a penalty, but Christopher Clausen, backup goalkeeper, comes in clutch, stops the penalty. However, it wouldn't matter though, as Brighton go forward, get us on the break, and they score first, opening the scoring with that strike. However, Brendan Aronson takes the ball from the corner. Another little finesse shot. Fantastic finish. He gets us back on level terms with Brighton. However, 93rd minute, Brendan Aronson doing things once again. He takes the ball, he shoots, he scores, and he gets us the win over Brighton. Joe Gelhardt, another plays in the ball to Brendan Aronson. Wonderful touch and a finish to open the scoring against Wolves. Fantastic play. Wolves would get a goal back though. Just good passing play. They just ripped us apart there. They get a goal back, and they salvage a draw. This last game against Brentford, we opened the scoring first. Rodrigo scoring versus Brentford in the 10th minute, but just sloppy defending from us there. They just hit us on the break. Kolo Muani gets a goal back for Brentford, and they get back on level terms. They go forward again, and they just ripped us apart. Just terrible defending from us here. They go into extend their lead over us. However, this is just horrible play from them. I don't know what he's thinking. Kalimuendo pounces, he shoots, he scores, he gets us level again. Roy playing in Kalimuendo. He could have easily passed it over to Rodrigo, but he was selfish. He wants to brace, and he gets his brace and the win over Brentford. Alright, now that the highlights are done, just do a little outro here. Like I said before, we just did not do as well as we should have done this season. Like I mentioned before, definitely down to the squad depth. We just didn't have the quality that we needed to be competing in the European competitions and things like that. But I'll go through the board objectives real quick. Still at a 70, which is decent. Signed 3 players from Europe. I didn't want to be signing players willy-nilly. I wanted to be signing players that were somewhat realistic, players that would realistically make a move to the Premier League. Youth development, I'm always on top of the youth development, especially now that I play with Pfeiffer's Realism mods. He's got a great youth academy, like, I wouldn't say overhaul, but his mod definitely improves the youth academy, so I definitely want to be taking advantage of that. Brand exposure, we did not complete any of these, but get a streak of 5 home clean sheet. We should have gotten that, but I don't know what happened there. Champions League, obviously we didn't make it even out of the group stage, so fail there. Europa League, win the cup. We made it to the cup, couldn't win the cup though. Domestic success, finish in the UEFA Champions League. Obviously 10th is not going to get you that, but FA Cup, win the cup, we won that, so I believe that gets us into Europe for next season. And financial, 30%, increase your club worth by 30%. Pretty easy, I would say. Yeah, but you have a massive budget. I don't think I'm ever going to use this much, and trying to keep it realistic. I don't think there's any way that Leeds would spend all this, even if they had it. So I would say most of that would probably be going to upgrading the stadium or things like that, not just spending players out of thin air and bringing them in, but go through the youth academy as well. We got a couple people I could sign up, but with 52 players, that's the max. So I have to wait till next season to sell some players and wait for the retirement people to leave the club for next season. We should have some more space, but Matthias Taylor looks pretty good, 67. Lamine Gapko from the Democratic Republic of Congo, 67, left back. We got some good depth here, so pretty happy with where this is looking at. If you have any suggestions on where I should scout next season, just leave them down in the comments below. I'll definitely take a look at them. I do use the cheat engine just so I can scout anywhere in the country, so I can do that. I love scouting the islands personally. I don't know what it is, but I just like scouting the islands, like Jamaica. I scouted Jamaica this season, I believe. I don't know if I have any Jamaicans in the squad quite yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have any, but I know I found Eddie Andrew, 18, Jamaican. He's 6'7", I believe. Take a look at his stats: 68 pace, 74 physical. Definitely a target man, I would say, especially with being 6'7". So definitely working at 6'7". Definitely working on his jumping and shooting skills, but I think it'd be one for the future, obviously. So, but like I said before, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, just leave them down below. I'll take a look at them. And if you guys like this, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys want some more. So, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic day.